y'all.
Happy Saturday, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey, Koja. Hey, J Truth. Hi, Vibrant Love. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me by hitting the one, okay? Hey, Mika Red. Hey, KK. Hitting the work and listening. I know that's right. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Hey, everybody. Like I said, I hope you guys, if you can hear me, somebody will let me know in a minute if you can hear me or not. Hopefully, you can. But I hope that you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Um, Thank you guys for letting me know that y'all can hear me. Yeah, I know I did. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Spent a lot of stuff going on, and I want to come on and talk about a couple of them. I won't hold you guys for long. Thank you, Koja. And I just want to come respond to a couple of things, right? So, the first thing I want, thank you, Mika. The first thing, y'all please hit the like button. Thank you so much. And happy holidays once again. If you're just now coming in, I hope that you guys hey Tisa, how you doing? Tisa, I like that photo. I believe it said it was a birthday photo of yours, Tisa, with a feather on your forehead. That whole outfit. I like that, Tisa. That was nice. I was like, wow, take it back to the 20s, why don't you, girl? That was a really nice photo. Hey Mia, I really liked it. It's beautiful. You go, girl. Do your thing, Tisa. Okay, so y'all, like I said, I want to come on and hey, it's Sister 47, and just give my commentary on a couple of things. Once again, if you just came in, I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday. I know I did. Enjoyed my family being around, and it was exhausting, right? So, how you doing, Dr. Pat? Listening folded clothes. I know that's right, child, right? Woo, got to get the house back together from it Thanksgiving, right? And so, I didn't make a video on Thanksgiving. Number one, I didn't have time. Number one, I wouldn't have if I would have had time. Okay. But I did make a post on my community wall, and evidently somebody is bothered about my post, right? So let me get this out the way. Little B set the content out the way. But just a little quick response to Jay Weasel over there, aka Pastor J.W. Wilson, whatever he called himself. Now, he got many personalities over there with his old, tired, lonesome self. Okay. But anyway, I hope he enjoyed the Thanksgiving dinner that some of his female subscribers provided for him. Anyway, child, I can't come on here and show my Thanksgiving dinner. I couldn't come over here and post my Thanksgiving dinner because, child, let me tell you something. I want these demons praying over my Thanksgiving food, child. You don't know what you're gonna put in your mouth, but keep that stuff to yourself. But look, I guess he wanted to show you guys the fruits of your labor or something. I don't know, but nevertheless, let's get the petty out the way, right? So I got a comment. Hey, take it back. I can't. I got a comment under my comment section because, like I said, I wasn't on here Thanksgiving, but I was, trying to catch up yesterday and what I could yesterday, and definitely today. So I'm come on video. So anyway, I got a comment yesterday. Here's the comment that said from Lady Detroit, and thank you, Lady Detroit, because I had no idea. But she said, Olivia, did you see Jay Wilson's live 6 hours ago? This yesterday, right, y'all? She said started at the 47-minute mark. He went in on you, questioning your sanity and calling you all types of hateful, and even posing questions to the chat to ask them what they think about you. Okay, and the reason why I wanted to, and I had no idea, because I don't listen to him unless he comes up on my radar, or I want to respond to something that he said in particular. I'm not paying attention to that demon over there, that blasphemous, gluttonous, depraved demon. I'm not paying attention to that demon, child. But anyway, that was left under my video, right? And so, no, I had no idea. Why is he thinking about me around the holidays? So I went over there and I listened to what he had to say. And evidently, hey Jill's comfort. Hey Jill, how you doing? So evidently, he had a problem with me. He seems to think I am concerned about him and his community. Now you have to have some kind of issue to think that I give a darn about who it is that you choose to couple with. I put it that way, right? Because and then he also, but my issue is I have to question your sanity, okay? Because you have been on here for years, right? You have been doxxed many times, just like I have. You have lost many, many jobs. Hey, LSA boss. And yet you are still on here being messy. Now I understand that some of us have to hustle, and scheme and scam in different types of way, but some of us are just deplorable, and there is no low that you will go, right? But the fact that you think that you are so self-important in your mind, Jay Wilson, to the fact that I would care enough about your community, um, to the point that I am pressed and bothered about who you lay with, that is beyond me. And as far as me ever being hurt by some gay person, honey, I look, I am not I'm from a different age, right? And I have been married for a very long time, right? And so, but prior to being married, I was never in a relationship with a gay or even somebody that hit my radar as being gay. So no, honey, I'm not. I've never been hurt by somebody from your community. Now you can think that in your mind or whatever. I don't hate you because I don't know you. I don't care nothing about you. And as far as me, when it comes to the Bible, you are blasphemous, right? You are blasphemous and you are an idolater, right? And so, because you know I speak the truth and righteousness for righteousness sake, you cannot stand when I come on here and tell the truth about what it is that you do and your lifestyle, right? And like I said, it's particularly disgusting for you to do what you do because you supposedly know the Bible better than anybody else on YouTube, right? You are the only one. Now, everything I know about the Bible, I just heard it from somebody else, and I'm this, that, and the other. I can't read it all. Y'all can't read. I can't read. But guess what, Jay Wilson? A whole lot of us know what it says, um, concerning what you have going on in your life. We know what it says, right? You see, here's the thing about the Bible, right? Now, this how you know the devil. He knows the Bible better than some of us know the Bible, right? And so for that reason, what he does is try to twist words around, right? And try to throw in his own definition to try to justify what it is that he's doing, and he because he knows that it is wrong, right? It's quite disgusting. It is blasphemous. You are an idolater. You are a reprobate, and you know what it leads, right? Especially blasphemy, right? So yeah. Anyway, move right on. So here's the thing, Jay Wilson. Now, it is not a sin when it comes to the Bible specifically, because we know that um, you know, S sexuality, I put it that way, is not a sin. The sin, where the sin come in, is what goes on in your mind, as well as the actual act, right? When you are same gender loving, you can be same gender loving, okay. But when you undergo the act, okay, that is the sin right there. That's the part that's the sin, right? And you keep hey Aries Queen, and you keep on mentioning pedestrian, right? I don't participate in pedestrian, right? So, here's the thing. Why do you always focus on pedophilia, right? That's really interesting to me, and it's also interesting to me when they say, you was caught in the act of or participating on that grinder, I guess date application or whatever it is. Because from what I understand, the definition that I read is that the grinder app specifically caters towards younger men versus older men. So is that what my question to you, Jay Wilson, since you questioned my sanity, is that why you keep focusing on pedestrian? Is that the reason for that? Now I'm just wondering, in case that's just something I heard. And you also keep comparing the Bible to what the Greeks had going on. In the first place, the Bible, I don't see how you, theologian that you are, can compare what the Greeks had, justify what the Greeks had going on with what's going on in the Bible. That is contrary, right? And so, but what you do is you try to make it seem like what you do is okay because the Greeks had it going on, and this is some of that is still going on right today. That doesn't justify anything. Okay? But whatever you got to do to make it seem right in your world with your blasphemy, okay, and your lies and your delusions, honey, you go ahead on and do that, okay? But the rest of us ain't going. I said what I said about you and Maddie and whoever else, and I meant it. It ain't never gonna change nothing. But you can try to nigga explain it away just as as long as you want to. Okay? You can call me whatever, say whatever phobia you think I got to you. If I got a phobia to anything, it's blasphemy and idolatry. Okay? It's very off-putting. So when it comes to that conversation, you're never going to justify it in my mind because it's absolutely unjustifiable. So, like I said, move right along. But thank you, Lady Detroit, for letting me know that he took the time to mention me around the holidays because he is pressed and bothered because I'm telling the truth. Okay, that's right, an absolute delusion of grandeur. And hey, everybody that came in, Aries, Monroe, Just Andrew, Wesley, the real Miss J, because it is very disgusting the way that you try to twist the word. But we know that snakes with lying tongues, that's something that they do, right? They try to bend the truth. Now you might be talking to a whole lot of people over there that, number one, don't care, or number two, that are very ignorant to the Bible, very ignorant to what the Bible says about you and yours. But see, I'm not one of them, and it ain't something that I heard. Believe it or not, us country folks, Jay Wilson, we can read too. We can critically think too. Okay. But anyway, moving right along. I just had to mention that, y'all. It was real petty. I had to get it out the way. So also, let me get this off the screen. Anyway, that is my response to that situation, and he will be eternally pressed and eternally bothered when it comes to me. Okay. Because snakes don't like the truth. Deceivers, they don't like when you speak the truth, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep speaking my truth, and it ain't a devil in hell that can change it. Okay. Especially a gluttonous demon like Jay Wilson. All right. And you are trying to let me stay on this for a minute, right? Not only, and there is the thing. I put a couple of videos from a couple of young women that have undergone some type of bullying from the LGBTQ community, right? And it's not just me. It's a lot of women on here saying the same thing that I have said, right? And you want to shut them down, or you want to, because you don't want to hear what they got to say, right? Now, to me, this whole agenda is just trying to normalize dysfunction, right? There are a whole lot of videos on YouTube like this, right? So when you see stuff like this, and it especially involves a younger generation, this is called trying to normalize dysfunction, right? You want to raise a whole generation of young people to think that this type of debauchery is normal. This is not normal. And why would you be feeding it to the children? Okay? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about, right? This is idolatry, a form of idolatry, right? All right. You want these younger people to think that it is okay to worship the flesh, and you want these young people to think when they see stuff, or the parents allowing them to participate in this kind of madness, that it is normal. This is not normal. It's not normal in my world. It won't ever be normal in my world to subject children to stuff like this. This is madness. Okay? And to want to involve children, even to the designers. What's that? Balenciaga had a whole line of Christmas toys with stuff that, like, this BDSM attire that this man has on the left, right? And that thing on the right, that ain't nothing but a demon, right? That's idolatry. But you want these young people to normalize this type of dysfunction, right? In my world, it's just really a scary situation. Okay. And like this title of this video says, this generation has become even worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So, Jay Wilson, you fully understand what the story of Sodom and Gomorrah is about, right? You understand the story, you understand the message with your theological self, okay? So I want you to go over there and explain Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot's wife, and and the people that came in, what the angels that came down and warned Lot, and what the people, some of the people in the in Gomorrah and Sodom, might as well say, wanted to do with those angels that came down, even to the point of Lot offering up his own daughters, as opposed to letting anything happen to these angels. Now, I want you to explain that away, right? Make it make sense, if you could, sir. Uh-huh. And when it comes to pedestrian, is it any wonder why a lot of people or some people think that this type of stuff that we're seeing coupled with NAMBLA wanting to associate itself with the LGBT community, is it any reason why can you wonder, is it any wonder why, should I say, why some people are very alarmed by these types of things? Okay, is it any wonder? But what I want you to do with your lonely self, okay, is go over there and explain this type of behavior away. That's what I want you to do. You know, because since you're so learned and you're so smart and you know more than the average bear, and can't nobody think unless they think, ain't nobody thinking right or correct unless they're thinking like you. Okay? Unless they have your very blasphemous, idolatrous, carnal-minded, that type of, that train of thought. You ain't good with it. Because, see, that's why you don't like me. All right? Because you can't bend me to your will, demon. And it's not going to happen. I don't see it that way. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with this stuff that we got on the screen right here. Okay? I don't feel that it's necessary. Children are very impressionable, right? And I don't know who these parents are that let their kids deal with stuff like this, right? And stuff like this. You had this kind of thing showing up at a public library to read a story to children in the UK. Y'all see what that's how it showed up in front of the children. And then had to go back and apologize for it. So you got all this stuff going on, and you're trying to normalize all this type of madness when it comes to children. And is any wonder why they say this generation is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah? And that stuff is never going to sit right with me. Okay? So when you question my sanity, Jay Wilson, you need to turn right back around and question yours. Okay? I'm just saying. You cannot hush me up when it comes to this subject. You cannot bully me. It don't work for me. Okay? The only thing I'm going to do is when I feel like it is come online, log on to my channel, and expose more disgusting, debaucherous, abominous, idolatrous, blasphemous stuff that you got going on in your world. Okay? And as far as me worrying about what's going on somewhere else, that other situation that came right after, has T.S. Madison spoke about what happened in the Colorado nightclub? Has she spoken about that? Because she was so boisterous when it came to the situation about Dejanay Johnson or Jackson or whatever her name is, allegedly being transgender, and she threw all of that misogynistic hate speech towards black women. Has she said anything? And then didn't even call out her own people for starting the stuff in the first place, right? But you came at the women. I'm just wondering, is she admonishing those in her own community that do stuff like this? Because from what I understand, it was 2 incidents in one weekend. Are you admonishing your own people, those of your own, the people in your own house? By house, I mean community, when it comes to things of that nature. Are you doing that? Is she speaking about it? And does she agree with all of this type of madness? And then she because she's a star, right? She danced around over there in the synagogue of Satan. And in the synagogue of Satan, they like to see melanated men look like her in particular, because they want you confused. Okay, right? So when you hear somebody like and then another thing, these people are alone. There's a reason why they die alone and lonely. Okay, that's the reason why they lose their mind as they get older. because they have not done what God ordained them to do. Yet they have not fulfilled what it is that they are supposed to have fulfilled. Right? That's why you die alone and you sit in your house with your corner selves with around your materialistic things by yourself, and you sit in there with your suspenders on and in rocking chairs by yourself, surrounded by your things and perhaps a dog or two, instead of having your family surrounded by you. Okay? Because instead of spreading your seed and creating a family, you didn't spread it with the right human being, if y'all know what I mean by that. Okay, that kind of stuff catches we're gonna talk about that red pill. I'm not even through about that. I ain't even got to that part yet. There's a lot of misinformation going on, but I had to say what I had to say. Concerning Jay Wilson and all that he had to say. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about facts. I'm moving right along. So also as it pertains to Jay Wilson's news, and so yeah, I hope we have a better understanding, Jay Wilson, when it comes to you and your tongue. Okay, just on a final thought, but yeah, I'm good with it. Mm-hmm. I'm eternally and forever good with it. But anyway, moving right along. So also on his channel, last night, Cola Nix. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago or maybe a month or so ago. There's a situation going on with Peace Love, right? We know that Peace Love, has been into it with a couple of people in the beef sector, and she was heavily claiming beef sector, saying that the beef sector was gonna come get them people that was talking crazy about her and all of this and all that. When she ain't even really it ain't even all that, right? So evidently, we spoke on it, like I said a little bit month ago. I don't know if Coach is still in her or not, but when it comes to Peace Love, she got involved with this man named Nixon, right? Thank you, Samara. She got in love with got involved with this man named Nixon. I'm assuming they met online in some of these chats or whatever. She started going hard for this guy. The story picked up on it. She got into a bomb cherry about this guy. This guy is Manosphere. And I didn't even know she was twerking around there in those around that area and all of this and all that, right? So I kind of picked up on it when Bomb Cherry did a video about it. She had Peace Love's name in that video. So I was like, oh, what's going on, right? So what was going on was, like I said, now Bomb Cherry and this Nixon guy, which is part of the Manosphere, and Bomb Cherry is always going hard against the Manosphere. I used to when I was over there, but you know what I mean? Whatever, right? So I'm listening to a couple of videos trying to see what's going on in case it's something I want to talk about, right? So come to find out, the guy named Nixon is who Peace Love done met online, and now she fooling with him, right? But I also come to find out this man is still married, right? So we got a whole love triangle going on, right? So I did a video or two about it, talked about it, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, or over a month ago. It's been a little quick minute, right? And so talked about it on my channel. And Bomb Cherry let us know that Cola Nix, Nixon's wife, had a YouTube channel, right? And on her YouTube channel, she was posting things about, narcissism and, and all of this and all of that, right? So come to find out, the man is still married to Cola Nix. And Peace Love is pretty much the side chick, right? So it got real interesting, right? So Peace Love, evidently, it was a whole triangle going on. There was Peace Love involved, the Raw B chick going on. Verbal Assassin was thrown in, and she's a female over there. She's Bomb Cherry's friend, and he was trying to talk to her at one point in time, and she said that she picked up on bad vibes about him. She listened to her discernment and she let it go. Peace Love done went at it with this woman, even though she done let it go. I mean, just riding hard for me. She done assumed like she the man in a relationship now, right? But she ain't even the one married to Cola Nix, right? And so she just been swinging for him, right? Girl, you just a side chick. You need to stay in your lane. And every time you come out and say something, you make yourself seem so just so thirsty, right? Or unfortunate, but whatever the case may be. But anyway, so the story was going and going and going. Receipts were shown and all this and all that. And like I said, people found out that she had a channel. People were asking her to do an interview. I'm sure she was overwhelmed because she is not used to this stuff that goes on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm sure she had to play catch up. She had to play catch up to the point to where and I don't know how or how or when her and Jay Wilson got in contact, but she did a pre-recorded video. It wasn't an interview. She did a pre-recorded video, and on Jay Wilson's channel last night, he played, for his subscribers, the pre-recorded video, the pre-recorded audio, right? And in that pre-recorded audio, L. Nixon's wife, Cola, was telling her side of the story, right? Now, I don't even know if they're still talking about this over there, because like I said, I did a couple of videos on it and I let it go. I was done with it because I'm like, child, it's a whole hot mess going on around here, right? So anyway, I did a couple of videos and I let it go. I wasn't going to get into it with no, look. Okay, I'm just like, okay, it's commentary, but anyway, child, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Especially when you're fooling with somebody from a manosphere, especially when you got a woman online that met this line. Now, I had no idea that YouTube was a dating app, and why would you trust any of these men on here? Because they talk just as much as women do. Okay, why does he even have a YouTube channel? I often wonder about those men and how do they have time to spend so much time on YouTube? Okay. I'm just saying, but that's just me. That's just me. I don't even want to fool with nobody that's a man that spend that much time on YouTube. Like, don't you have a job? Honey, don't you have to hunt and gather? Are you okay? But anyway, move right along. So she did a pre-recorded audio, and Jay Wilson played it on his channel last night. And she, she told her side of the story. I think it was cool if she felt like she wanted to come on and kind of respond to all of the things that have been said about her. That is absolutely her right. Do you see what I'm saying? But she was not obligated to do or say anything, because she owes nobody nothing, especially when it comes to her marriage, right? Because they are still married, right? Surfing Tangent said, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm fine. How you doing? So anyway, she didn't owe anybody anything, but she did the pre-recorded, audio. Jay Wilson played it. And so she was just kind of, telling her side of the story. Don't you have to hunt and gather? Thank you, the tech. Telling her side of the story, she was saying that she found out about who Peace Love was on the internet, I believe. I didn't know. I thought that I myself found out some new information. I didn't know that she is the one that cashed out Virtuous Woman $100 because she didn't want, she really was trying to protect L. Nixon, and she didn't want him to get no, I was laughing at you saying that, honey. Oh yeah, surfing. Thank you, love. And still trying to protect him, right? She didn't want, a whole lot of bad things said about him. I mean, it's her husband, right? So they be looking for the next place to lie. Right, I heard you right about that, Dr. Pat. Child, okay, people talking about she shouldn't have shown up at his house. Well, legally, that honey, she can show up anywhere she wants to. She the wife. I don't know why people were saying that. She let me tell you something. I'm glad you said that, Dr. Pat, because like I said, she didn't owe anybody anything when it comes to her marriage, right? In the first place, to me, that's overstepping a boundary, right? But when it comes to, because a lot of people were not in agreement with Cola, right? But like I said, I am a wife. She has a son by this man. Number one, she can show up anywhere she wants to show up. Number two, when it comes to peace, love, honey, you just a side chick. Okay, you didn't have no business saying nothing when it come to her calling the police or you speaking for him. You acting like you the man, honey. Your problem is you need to learn your role, honey. You need to learn how to stand your place. Now, if you knew how to stand your place when it comes to people in marriage, you will know that only thing you need to do if you are the new girlfriend and they are not legally divorced, is you can console the husband in a situation. But as far as intervening when it comes to whatever her and her husband got going on, especially pertaining to their child, honey, you are overplaying your hand. Right now, I don't understand that, but some evidently some females don't know their place. And like I said, whatever Cola said or did, it was absolutely in her right to do that because that is her husband. Right? Even now, I don't think that they are divorced because I heard her say she filed the paperwork. I don't know why you opening your mouth about nothing that's going on in the first place. Peace, love. You make yourself look foolish, and then you want to make this lady sound because she made a post, a community wall post, and I'm gonna show it to y'all about what Cola said last night. Right? She didn't even want to call the girl's name. Okay. But see, it's a couple of them over there, evidently, that's vying for L. Nixon's affections. I heard Verbal say that he's very charming, and he's very attentive or whatever, and some women are impressed by that. But Verbal said that she was asking him a lot of questions, and when it comes to some of his answers, she was pretty much, I'm using my words, side-eyeing his answers. And for that reason, her discernment kicked in, and what her discernment told her was to leave this nigga alone. And that's what she did. But and it is not Verbal's fault because he was trying to holler at her. See, I don't know. I done met women like Peace Love. Honey, you thirsty. And when it comes to you questioning Cola Nix and trying to make it seem like she's mentally ill, honey, what about you? I heard you had a whole nervous breakdown, child. So how you gonna question her mental illness when your mental health issues are in play also? Because see, maybe you need to start taking your medicine again, because honey, you are thoroughly confused because you are overstepping your bounds when it comes to husband and wife. You're overstepping, honey. That's what you're doing. You need to play your role. You're overstepping. And by the fact that this man is allowing you to overstep when it comes to him and his family, that says a lot about him. You should take notes. And clearly you don't have no discernment at all. See, I don't know if people ain't telling you this, Peace Love. I don't know if you surround yourself by a whole lot of other side chicks or wannabes or whatever, that I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay, now this is just my commentary. Now you can take these gems, I'm dropping them, and you can use them for whatever reason you want to use them, but girl, you make yourself look bad. Okay, child, she's absolutely out of order. That is none of your business what that man got going on between his wife and his son. And by the fact that he is allowing you to even say something about their business, that says a lot about him. And you need, because just like he doing his wife, honey, that's how he gonna do you. And he had been married 4 times, so he's accustomed to this. And why would he, if he's an upstanding guy, bring his marriage on the internet, honey? You better take notes, girl. Thanks for the super chat. Dr. Pat says, I support the wife. Me too, 100%. There seems to be a lot of single women okay with this foolishness. I guess, child, probably why they ain't wives. I know that's right. I don't play second fiddle to nobody. Never did, never will. And like I said, whatever Cola got to say, however she moved in her relationship, I didn't like the fact that she had to come. They done talked about her having PTSD and postpartum to the point to where she felt like she had to come on and address that, right? In the first place, she don't have to come because and the reason why she addressed it is because they're using it and trying to make it seem like she got, she crazy. She bat-ass crazy to the point to where the L. Nixon, the husband, done recorded an audio of him and Cola talking on the phone. Like I said, whatever she say to you, L. Nixon, whatever she do to you, however she moves, when it pertains to how you done did her wrong, because you are narcissistic. Not only are you narcissistic, but you're a weakling. You are less than a man because you let random women take the lead for you. You let your flying monkeys, peace, love, do your dirty work. So that's why you brought it to YouTube. And you also brought it to YouTube because you wanted to have a pity party with your narcissistic ass, and then you wanted some attention, and you know you was gonna find somebody on here that went for that crap, like peace, love. Now you got you a good one, cause she's swinging harder than you swinging. That flying monkey is doing your work, and the only thing you're doing is setting back and watching her make a fool out of herself. But that's what you want her to do. But that's between you and her. But what go on between you and your wife, that should have been between y'all. Okay, that means you didn't never care about it in the first place. And I got this to say to you, Cola, because you mentioned my name, and I hope you heard my video, and I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you didn't take nothing away, because I am absolutely on your side. Whatever you did, I said, is justified. Okay? Because, girl, you sure is nice when it comes to something like this. That's all I got to say, because it wouldn't be me. Because, girl, he would have been calling the police on me. Lord knows. About 20 years ago, my head would have spin around like the Exorcist. Child. I thought, anyway, move right along. Whatever she said or did is justified, but they did all that to paint a narrative and make it want to seem like the woman is crazy. Girl, you didn't have to come on here and talk about your PTSD or nothing else if you didn't want to. Because don't nobody have to stand into account to nobody when it comes to their real lives. The real life. See, I got boundaries when it comes to stuff on YouTube about me and my personal life, right? But when the Lord wants you to see something, Cola, this is what I want to tell you. And anybody else that's dealing with an abusive person like this, because he's very abusive. So you don't have to put your hands on somebody to abuse them. Because he is narcissistic, because you are in a relationship with a narcissist, he is mentally and verbally and emotionally abusive to you. You are an abuse survivor, Cola, and the fact that you came out of this relationship in time enough to save your mind and still be sane, that's kudos to you, because you did nothing wrong. And for the fact that he dragged all this stuff on the internet, tells you everything you need to know about this man. Honey, you ain't got to keep protecting him. He making himself look bad anyway. To those of us that are not accustomed to dealing with so-called men of this type of whatever you want it, males. I'm gonna call it a male. Okay. We are not accustomed to this type of male. You know, I hope Cole learns to disengage and not respond. Right. You know what I mean? He does have his agenda. You're right about that, Kosha. Now he probably want to get custody away from her so that he can get child support. Okay. Now I heard he was drawing out the divorce because he didn't want to let go of the insurance, some kind of insurance. Now she got on her and she explained that when they were moving, you know, she was pretty much taking care of the whole situation. She was the man and the woman in the situation when it came to finances. And even now, he's probably trying to draw it out because of some kind of financial or some kind of economic situation that he may or may not have going on, because that's what it sounds like to me. Okay? Ain't no telling Dr. Pat. I wouldn't put it past it. I'm sure he tried it. You lived her story, and us who served. Many suffer from PT. That's right. I am sorry for the loss of a friend. Right. She explained, you know, why she had PTSD. She explained that a while before on one of her videos. You know what I mean? And she's right when it says that you don't have to have served in the military to have PTSD. Now, see, here's the thing about Black people in therapy, right? Now, as Black people, just for the simple fact that we are Black in America, we all have some form of PTSD. Okay, the only thing about it is when it comes to the Black community, we think that seeking help for our mental health is some kind of way embarrassing or some kind of way beneath us, right? So that's why you see a lot of us acting out in these crazy ways, and we don't know why we acting like this or feeling the way that we feeling, because it's PTSD. Just the fact that you black in America, you got some form of PTSD. We got trauma encoded in our DNA from chattel slavery. And we don't deal with that either. That's why we act the way that we act, some of it. That's why we move the way that we move, some of us. Okay? It's trauma. So like I said, but the black community frowns on therapy. I don't know why. Therapy is good for everybody. Some of us go take care of our physical bodies, which we should, or take care of our teeth better than we take care of our mental health, right? But there's nothing wrong with therapy. And everybody black is suffering from some form of PTSD. Simply when you wake up in the morning and you hear you got some form of PTSD. Okay, whether you recognize it or not. Period. Okay? So anyway, she didn't have to explain none of that. She also said that she suffered from postpartum depression. Okay? But my thing is, how can this guy, if he's this upstanding guy, how can you kick your wife when she's down? Okay? You are a low person when you kick somebody that you supposed to have loved and you asked her to marry you. So was she crazy when you asked her to marry you? See, men like this, they prey on certain types of women, right? Because he is narcissistic, he has a type, right? So evidently this is his type, right? So he will use you and abuse you and abuse you to hopefully you get strong enough or the Lord puts it in your face to the point to where you can't deny it anymore. Okay? And hopefully you will be able to remove yourself from it, right? So thank God, Cola, when the Lord put it in her face and she couldn't deny it anymore, she was strong enough to remove herself from the madness. You know, but he's looking for a woman that's not strong enough to remove herself from the madness, right? So he just want to dog you and dog you and dog you and keep kicking you down and keep you down, you know, until you ain't got nothing else. He want to take everything from you, your finances, your home, your child, if y'all done had one together, your insurance, your whole life, including your whole life, your mind first and then your life ultimately, okay? He gonna kick you and kick you and kick you until and hopefully you will get up before you dead, because that's what he want to do, is kick you to death, literally. Because you are sleeping with the enemy. You are associating yourself. You have cuddled up to the enemy. This has been your enemy. This particular type of demon comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what he wants to do to you, Cola. But thank God you had enough wisdom and enough strength to get out of it just in time. Now, I can't say that for peace, love, or whatever, because he, from what I understand on YouTube, he got a couple of them standing in line that's vouching for him. Okay, it is unfortunate when your wisdom and your discernment does not allow you to know when you are dealing with somebody. Like you see, the problem with some women is we lead with our heart instead of our mind. And even when our discerning nature is telling us to run, leave them alone. Even when our bells are going off in our head, some of us don't have sense enough to follow that. Now, see, verbal assassin, she has sense enough to listen to her discernment and let it alone. Others don't have, and it's a lot of women in a lot of situations, just not this. Honey, when something sounds too good to be true, 9 times out of 10, baby, it's too good to be true. Okay? You got to have enough sense to let it alone. Right? And also, if you are single and you are praying for a husband and you are praying for a man, you need to be specific. So you can't say, Lord, send me a man. You need to be specific, because you don't want to end up with any old kind of man at all, right? You got to be specific. What kind of man do you want exactly? Be specific about the kind of man that you're praying for, okay? Especially when you're praying out loud, because you don't never know what kind of demon is listening to your prayers. Because, oh yes, demons listen to your prayers as well. You got a lot of people going around here hollering out about blessings. I'm getting blessings from this. I'm getting blessings from that. Who exactly are you getting these things from? Hey, Lady Tia. Congratulations, Lady Tia, on your baby coming home. But yeah, you got to be specific, okay? When you're praying for a man. Be specific. I don't even care if you got to write it down first. Be specific. Just don't say, Lord, send me a man. Because you might get any old kind of man at all. I'm just saying. But as far, and then I'm going to have to move on from this because we got to start talking. But Cola, I was so happy to hear from you. You didn't owe anybody anything. I think that you are doing the right thing. Please don't get bogged down with this going on with this conversation with this husband of yours for too long. Because honey, you've been sleeping with the enemy for all these years. I just thank God that you made it out in your right mind. So you protect yourself, you protect your child, you keep it mushing, keep it pushing, honey, and keep it moving because you are young, very bright, and very beautiful. But for future reference, you don't owe nobody nothing on her, especially when it comes to your personal life. So you got to put up your boundaries when it comes to this YouTube thing. If you're going to be a content creator, and by what I mean by boundaries is no, you don't owe anybody nothing about your personal life, nothing at all, nothing. I don't care what the next person say. I don't care what the L Nixon say. Your soon-to-be ex-husband. I sure don't care what the side chick, Peace Love, got to say. Oh, yeah, let me show y'all that before we move on. Because I had went over to her channel because I know she had something. Now, I don't know if she did a video. I didn't see a video concerning this, but she made of course, she done made this long soliloquy on her wall, right? She had to say something back because she can't shut the F up. She can't stay in her lane. You know, that's what I told y'all, right? So anyway, this is what she says in response to what Cola Nix said on the audio that was replayed on Jay Wilson's panel, right? This is what she said. She said, I got your messages. I'm watching a movie. No, you're not. You watching Jay Wilson, bitch. Anyway, she said they reside, talking about L. Nixon and his wife. Now she nigga explained it for him. This ain't him writing it. She writing it. She overstepping, even overstepping in this first paragraph. Like she got a ring. Girl, you ain't got no ring. Anyway, she said they reside in the states that allows for the legal recording of phone calls, right? Due to her mental illnesses and past behavior of lying, online stalking, violence, manipulation, and deceit, it was in the best interest of one party to keep a record. Girl, you a lie. You don't know. The only thing you know about that relationship is what he done told you. Okay, and as far as mental illness mentioned in that first, did you allegedly have a nervous breakdown? It's something wrong with you mentally. Because why are you on her making yourself look like a fool defending this adulterer? I'm confused. Make it make sense. But anyway, she goes on to state that hold on. She goes on to state that and clearly he was smart to do so. No, clearly he was dirty to do so, and he recorded that phone call for a purpose, for the purposes of YouTube, to come on YouTube and play the recording so that he could get some sympathy, because he's losing in his real life. Offline, he's a loser. Anyway, she said, I have heard it all. Girl, the only thing you don't heard is what he allowed you to hear, okay? When I say all, I mean all hours worth. I heard it from her mouth. This is his side, her side, and the recordings. Child, is his side, her side, and the truth, honey. Okay? Child, when it comes to marriages and relationships, clearly you ain't never been married, because it's a whole gray area when it comes to marriage. All right? Child, it ain't no right or wrong when it comes to marriage. It's a gray area. All right? Anyway, moving right along. His side aligned with her words. Truth is earned, and he earned it. I can't tell. Child, less than. Anyway, hold up. She says, I pray that she gets the help she needs as she moves forward in life. Not only her, but for the well-being of the son they have to raise together. See, in the first place, why are you even mentioning that child? In the context of this conversation, you're overstepping. You are overstepping. Okay? She says, our reality has been pretty quiet, peaceful, and enjoyable, which is why tonight's live doesn't surprise me. After all these months, she decided to speak. I guess you ain't surprised. Okay, none of us are. But anyway, if you know about NPD behavior, you will understand. And that's okay. Girl, get a grip on your dumb self. You sound stupid and thirsty and unfortunate. Okay, anyway, we both sure to believe that some things are not for public consumption and we stand by it. Let me tell you something, peace, love. If you didn't think that this conversation was for public consumption in the first place, y'all wouldn't have been the ones that brought it up. Y'all brought this stuff out, not Cola. Y'all did it. Y'all started it. Sometimes if you don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Message. She said, I'm going to get back to my movie now. Enjoy the rest of our Thanksgiving weekend. Be blessed. Girl, get a grip on yourself. You are unfortunate. You are unfortunate. So, anyway, moving right along. I just wanted y'all to see what her comeback was because she could not say something. She had to say something. This is how you know she's overstepping and he's allowing her to. Okay, girl, 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 the son. What you mean by the son? Now, see, just by her saying the son, I have an issue with that. But see, I'm not Cola. And Cola's doing the right thing. Once again, couldn't be me. I'm just saying, move right along. So, all of a sudden, I thought she wanted to. Okay, all of a sudden, child. Okay. Peace, no love is lucky. Cola is. She lucky who she is, right? Right, the tech, child. Because I would have rolled up, child. It would have been a whole ordeal fooling with somebody like me. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I just can't. Never would I ever. Nope. No. No. Okay. Now, see, they say the Lord don't put too much on you that you can bear. A man like that would be too much than I can bear. Okay, oh my God. It would have been too much for me to bear. Okay. Now, I would have to impart a little wisdom to him and her in person. But Cola, baby, you are doing the right thing. Right, she don't respect the child. Right, because she don't respect the mother of the child. It's that, thank you, Blanket. And also, why are you even bringing up? Why are you even thinking about his son? That bothers me. Now, see, if I was Cola, I would never trust you around my son. Okay? I would not ever trust you around my child. I don't care. I can care less. I don't care. Woo, that's a lie. I wouldn't be alive, child. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. It did anyway. Move right along. But thank you though. But I don't care, child. I don't give a dang. This ain't about them. Good evening, Miss O. Needs me in VA. I could move there for only a month, Miss. I know that, right, Sydney, right? Woo. Oh, I didn't hear the video, Carrie. I can imagine she's continuously, she's an overstepper. She's a line crosser. She's been out of order since I've been hearing about this whole situation. You know, she should have just been sitting back looking pretty. Okay, and stand in her lane. But no. This is how you know something wrong with that chick, because she's overstepping. She's overstepping when she's even thinking about their child. Okay? I got a problem with that. I'm leery of people like that. I would not trust her around my child, ever. Never, ever. Child, I'm telling you. Whew. Never have I ever, child. Coach said she has not been there long enough. Right. To have an opinion on the child. Absolutely not. She ain't even got a ring, child. She ain't even got a promise ring. Probably, child. I don't think everyone I date is supposed to meet my kids, but many men move. That's true, Coach. Some men move differently, right? But as for me and mine, no, ma'am. Yeah, no, I have to watch it when it comes to me and mine. If that were me. But anyway, I was glad to hear from Cola. She sounds like a really smart woman. And I wish her many blessings as she start a new journey away from that man. Apparently, he is holding on from dear life, but don't worry about it, Color. You'll be able to shake him off, honey. Just stand fast and stand true, and don't give them demons no more ammunition. And child, if peace, love want him that bad, let her have him. I know you already have, cause child, clearly he ain't even worth it. Nope, nope. When you anytime you have a so-called man in your life and you are doing all the work as opposed to him, that means, honey, he is not the man for you. He is not hunting, he is not gathering, he is not doing anything. Okay. When you got to be the man and the woman in a relationship, that means you are in a relationship by yourself. Mm-hmm. 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 Look at water sniper down and cause trouble. Anyway, there's so much for that. That's what I got to say about that. So we talked about the Weasel. We talked about Cola Nix. Now let me give y'all Shanquella Robinson update, because y'all know that I have been on this story, of this unfortunate story, ever since it happened. So over the Thanksgiving holiday, a report came out that now prior to that, we had been hearing that the Mexican authorities have issued an arrest warrant for hey George, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving, love. Maybe she's using PL to make all them lose her cool. That's what he's trying to do, Blanket. He want peace, love. You know, like I said, she ain't nothing but a flying monkey. That's all peace, love is. She just don't realize it. She just a flying monkey, child. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. You know. And so, yeah. But anyway, he is a coward, a little boy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anytime you involve the help with your marriage, it's unfortunate. When you give the help permission to think that it can overstep, it's unfortunate. You are less than a man in my eyes. I am not impressed. Okay? Cause peace, love, you the help, honey. Okay? In case you didn't know, that's your role in this situation. You're the help. All right? You're a flying monkey. I'm just saying. But anyway, move right along. Justice for St. Cruelly. Yes, Blanket. So there's been some misinformation that has come out over the past couple of days. You know that we have been covering the Shanquella Robinson case, and we have been making these videos in an effort to see that justice is served when it comes to Shanquella Robinson and how her friends set her up, right? I believe that this was premeditated. So yeah, but some more information has come out, right? So we know that via the news, the reputable news networks, that there has been an arrest warrant issued for the aggressor in the fight video. And we know that the direct aggressor in that fight video, when Shanquella Robinson was getting beat up and she was not fighting back, the aggressor in that video is Dejanay Jackson, I believe her last name is. So an arrest warrant has been issued for her, and the Mexican authorities have started the paperwork for the extradition of her when the American authorities, i.e. the FBI, catch up with her. Now, as of now, one rumor that was going around was that Dejanay had been arrested, right? Now, I searched and I searched and I searched, and there, you know, this is now being covered by all the major news network channels, right? Even CNN was talking about it, right? So if she had been arrested, it would have been breaking news, right? But you have to pay attention that, because there have been some YouTube videos. Let me pull one over. There have been some YouTube videos that saying that she got arrested, and that is just not true. Like, I went to Google and searched a lot of the articles, and you know, and then I just want to find out for myself, because there were conflicting reports when it came to YouTube. And from what I understand, that she has not been arrested. I repeat, she has not been arrested. That was some false information. That was some misinformation, right? And when it comes to misinformation, misinformation is not a good thing when it comes to YouTube, right? The reason why misinformation is not a good thing is y'all remember when we all remember the Kanika Jenkins story, right? The Kanika Jenkins situation. The reason why misinformation is detrimental is because when it comes to misinformation, you don't want to be responsible for derailing the investigation, right? Because so many people on social media were talking about this situation, that is what got the FBI authorities on the case in the first place, because we know that at first nothing was going to be done. The American embassy had wrote it off, and the Mexican authorities try to write it off. Had it not been for social media picking up on the case and wanting to help the family seek justice for Shanquella, none of this, no arrest would have been even be thought of being made. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you get stories like this, now you got to pay attention. Look at this, what I got on the screen right here. So at the bottom, you see news this morning. Did you see arrest made in the death of Charlotte woman vacation in Mexico? Now, when you see something like this, you would think that this is from a reputable source. But if you look up here in the right-hand corner, my right-hand corner, I think it's your left-hand corner maybe, but up here in the right-hand corner, you can see that this is a new YouTube channel. This is not a ABC or CBS or NBC or even CNN. This is a YouTube content creator did this for a thumbnail, but you would think this is from a reputable news source. When you see something like this, you're going to say, well, oh, wow, they picked her up. No, it's kind of deceiving the public because this is not a network news channel, right? And so, like I said, I seen a couple of videos where they said that Dejanay had been arrested, and that is not true. She's not been arrested. As of me coming online this morning, she has not been arrested, right? Because I looked yesterday, and I looked again the day before I came online because I want to talk about misinformation, right? Because that could derail this investigation, right? And so another piece of misinformation, unfortunately, came from, there's an interview, right? There was an interview. It says that hold on, let me go back down here for a minute. Is Lex in here? Hey Lex. Contacted. Dejanay hasn't been arrested. Right, I've contacted CMPD and the local FBI. Yeah, Lex, like I said, Lex just confirmed what I'm saying, but I looked and I looked and I looked. If she had been arrested, we would have knew about it, right? Hey Cola, how you doing? Well, this might be this is Cola Nix, so that might be a troll page. Anyway, and so you got to be careful when it comes to misinformation. Like I said, as far as I know, and Lex just confirmed, and I looked again the second time before I came online, she has not been arrested, right? Unless they arrested her, since I have been online. Do you see what I'm saying? So, oh, really, Tiffany? No, I didn't see that. I don't watch Conscious TV anymore, because he is just as misogynistic as the rest of them. And so I don't even watch him anymore. I don't bother. Yes, the misinformation needs to be addressed. So I think that this whole rumor, well, now it got started. The fact that Dejanay was arrested, it came from two sources. There's a guy on here that's saying the first source was a woman from ABC 7, a news reporter. She misspoke on a video and doing a news report, and she said that Dejanay had been arrested. She didn't use her name, but the person she misspoke, right? I think she meant to say, that a warrant had been issued or blah, blah. This clearly she misspoke because Dejanay has not been arrested yet, right? So the second source came from, and there's I think his name is Sean Davey or something like that. He kept playing what the news reporter said, trying to, validate the point, validate his video when he put on the title of the video that she had been arrested, but she's not been arrested. The lady misspoke. So he kept saying, he kept playing the audio of her misspeaking over and over again in an effort to make people think that he was telling the truth about Dejanay being arrested. And she just simply has not been arrested, right? Thanks for the super chat, Lady Sis. Dakota was talking to you in your chat. Stroll up. So is that actually her in the chat, Lady Tia? Because I thought it was a troll page. Is that really her? But if that's really you, Cola, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining me, love. Thanks for mentioning me last night. I'm glad you heard my video. Move on. But my family shouldn't be a topic discussion out her mouth. This is this your issue. She said, I'm here listening, I'm learning. See, this is the thing. Her dating him ain't even the issue. It's exactly what you said. Putting my business out. No people will. Yeah, no, dating him is not the issue, right? Says you're trying to move on, people will move on, but my family shouldn't be a topic absolutely of discussion at her mouth. You're right about that. That's your issue. It's between you and your husband. So if that's really you in here in the chat, you're absolutely right. This issue is between you and your husband, and it shouldn't have never been brought to the internet in the first place, right? And so, but thanks for joining me, love. If that's really you in the chat, thanks for letting me know, Lady Tia, because I thought it was a troll. Lex said, Alvira vetted Ricky. Ricky did date Quella before I used clips of his video. I spoke to. Yeah, right. So, okay, so this Alvira video guy did an interview with the guy that said that he was her boyfriend, right? He said that he was her boyfriend. He was talking a little bit. He said that Dejanay had been arrested, but the viral video guy, he's like, can you tell me where you saw that at? You know what I mean? The guy was like, it's all over. And he said, oh, he asked the Ricky guy, are you in contact with the family? And he was like, first he said, I was there when he was eating food with him, and said something about, he's in contact with him through some kind of group text or, something. Hey, Ronnie Q, right? So come to find out that this is not her current boyfriend. This is her ex-boyfriend, right? Her current boyfriend via Shanquella's now I got this info from Gossip Girl, right? Because I thought he was sounding awful vague in his responses for him to have been her boyfriend, right? So I listened to Gossip Girls. Shout out to Gossip Girl XO. Come to find out that the guy speaking on the phone was, in fact, her ex-boyfriend. This guy that wore pink to the funeral, that is her current boyfriend. And Gossip Girl XO said that Gerald, y'all know Gerald from the NC Beats, said that the current boyfriend, is not on social media. He is not on social media. He is not out here putting out information. He is not out here doing videos, doing interviews with people on social media. He don't even have social media. So that is not the current boyfriend that is talking. It is the ex-boyfriend that is talking. Okay, Lex, let me drop it right now, Lex. But this guy up here in the corner, picture with Shanquella with the smoke, that is the ex-boyfriend. The current boyfriend is in the pink at the bottom. I'm dropping the link right now, y'all. Hold on. Anybody can hit the link that want to hit it. Okay. So let me get it first. But yeah, that is so Gerald is lying. What? Oh, child, let me drop the link. Because I got a question about Gerald, because I heard that he was some kin to Dejanay, child. I'm like, what? Girl, see, look, every day, y'all. Miss a minute, miss a lot. But let me post this. Hey, Beach. The X one in his mouth. Looking for clout. That's what I think. Blanket. Hold on. Okay. Here's the link for anybody that want to hit it can hit it. Whatever story I'm talking about, y'all hit the link if you want to. Did an interview with the boyfriend. Yes, Water Sniper, but they're saying it's the ex-boyfriend. They're saying it's the ex-boyfriend up at the top, and the current boyfriend is at the bottom. That's what they saying. When it comes to Gossip Girl XO, and she played audio from Gerald and of NCB, and he said that you know, he was talking about Dejanay not being arrested yet. The news said Dejanay was detained and is a trial. When did the news say that? Did they say it since I've been online? Bella, have they said it since I've been online? Because if they as prior to me hitting the live button, I could not find any reputable news source that said she had been arrested. You know? So, oh Lord, it's just like a whole jumble of misinformation, right? You know, it's to the point to where you don't know what's going on. Hey Kwani, let me see who this is. Let me hold on a minute. Let me put up my no, I can leave it up right there. Hold up. But Kosha, is that you?
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Okay, hey girl, I dropped the link. Let me drop it again, y'all. What's going on, Kosha?
I don't want to derail what you're talking about the young lady who got murdered. But I did want to say to women, be careful of people like Nixon. This man is laying the groundwork for a custody fight. And what happens is these men will either get a fiance or a new wife to present to the courts, because it's easy to get married, that hey, we have the perfect family over here for our child. We got a mother and a father, and they will delete the mothers from their life. And women don't really think this is an issue, and therefore when they go into court, they are not prepared for the battle. And a lot of times, by the time they realize they are at risk of losing custody, it's too late. And women, you cannot be triggered. You cannot respond in text messages. And you know, if they did something bad, because they'll take those things out of context, they'll use them. You need to let your engagement be yes, no, email my text, and do not respond to anything other than me, pick up, whatever. Are you changing arrangements? Let me know, because it will be taken out of context. I talk from personal experience, because the bitch got married to the man and they tried to take my child. I never was late with visitation. I never was none of that. And he didn't return my child because he had the thing on him to return my child he had to pick up. He did not return my child. I had to end up missing 2 days from work, and I had 3 other kids that I was financially responsible for. And I told him, I don't care where you at. If you in Timbuktu, you need to get my child here. I was not in violation of the order. They took that snippet, and the judge did it to do that. So women, be careful. And if you're a woman, do not support this. This reminds me of Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, how they deleted that mother out of her life, and she don't really even have a say-so about what happens to her daughter, son, or I'm trying to use the proper pronoun, daughter. And she has no say-so. And Gabrielle Union all over here talking about this woman remind me kind of this situation. He has not been with that woman long enough for her to have even met his child, let alone speak on it. Everybody I date don't have to meet my kids. So women, just be careful. And Cola, do not let him trigger you in a text. Let your answers be yes or no, and put everything on paper. Don't talk to him. He's laying the groundwork for this, and that's why it's on social media.
If you got to record to call yourself, girl, if that's really you and her, Cola, do that yourself. But like I said, when it comes to this social media in real life, yeah, we talk a lot on these YouTube channels, but at the end of the day, you owe nobody nothing. You don't owe strangers anything about your world. You know what I mean? And you are well versed when it comes to things such as boundaries and that nature. Cola, if you are in here, then you put up your boundaries, right? And you know what to say and what not to say. Even if you want to engage in social media, you let him do this petty stuff. Because when it comes to you and your child, you do what's best for you and your child. You don't owe nobody nothing, no explanation about nothing when it comes to you and your marriage and your child, honey. Let them other ones talk. You record what they saying on social media, him and that crazy side chick of his, and you move it right along, and you take that info, you take it to court with you if you have to, child. Okay, you protect you, baby. You don't owe nobody nothing, and you didn't even you didn't even owe. But I'm sorry, Coach, you didn't even owe us none of that audio that you allowed Jay Wilson to play. You didn't even owe us that, child. When you said you wasn't ready to do interviews at that time, I respected that. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't owe nobody nothing. Not a thing. It don't matter at the end of the day what none of us think about you, because we don't know you like that. But I'm glad that your eyes is open to that so-called demon that you was married to, because that's exactly what it was, a demon. Okay? So you let that flying monkey over there deal with that demon. Okay? And you go ahead on, you thank God that you got out of the grasp of that demon. And you let
And
him move it right along. Okay? But you
I'm
don't
gonna
owe
check
us
out.
nothing. And I mean that. You don't owe us nothing. 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 Mm-mm.
And I'm gonna
Nothing.
check out. But don't if you don't engage with them, it's hard not to
Mm-mm.
respond because I understand the reason, the need
Yep.
to defend yourself because no one of us want to be portrayed that way.
Right.
But get your ducks in
But
a
this,
row, learn the
right.
rules of procedure for yourself.
Right.
When your attorney say they're going to do something, they say you got 20 days to get X, Y, and Z, you'll be at the office and call and say, hey, did you receive these documents? Can I get a copy of them? Do not let your attorney get you to court and they ain't did shit on your case. You'll be the follow-up because they're not going to follow up. So go to your state bar, look up the rules of procedure for family court. And if there are things that they say that must be done, you make sure you have a copy of everything that must be done. And if your attorney ain't did it, you call the office and make sure you say, hey, 21 days, we're supposed to have discovery in 21 days. Have we got discovery? No, we haven't. Well, we need to move for a motion for contempt to compel discovery and all of that. So be prepared and just be on guard. And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you,
Thank you, Miss
Coach.
Olivia.
Thank you,
All
Koja.
right. Good luck, Cola. Bye-bye.
I know that's right, girl. But girl, Lex, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to say real fast, Cola, because we are in the midst of talking about we going back and forth today, y'all. It just is what it is. It's one of them days. But baby, you don't owe nobody nothing. Okay, like you really don't. You don't. And somebody said earlier that it's good to clear the air. Girl, you don't have to clear the air when it comes to social media. We don't know you. You don't owe us nothing. You let them fools talk because they say, like you said, it takes a minute to become accustomed to all this madness that's going on social media, but that's all it is. It's just madness. And you can just log off and you ain't even got to never word. This is the court of public opinion as it pertains to these black sections in YouTube. Okay, your real life, you just don't have no burn on your real life. And it don't matter what none of us say at the end of the day. That's what I mean by boundaries. Don't let this stuff get in your head, Cola. Just don't listen to it no more. It don't matter what he say. It
Miss
don't even matter what he say online because he got to prove it to the judge. It matter what he say in front of the judge and what he can prove. But as far as us, we the people on these social media, on YouTube, girl, it don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Let it go. Let that fool be a fool. Okay. But anyway, moving right along. I just want to say that. Hey, Lex. Now, what was you saying, Lex?
Okay, so the
Melanated
guy.
vessel. Are you on here? I'm sorry, Lex. Melanated
Yeah,
vessel. Are
I just wanted to add to what she said. I know y'all up here to talk about Shanquella. I just wanted
you?
to say something, add on to what I wanted her to Cola, if she in here, I wanted her to take a look at Steve Harvey wife and what he did to her.
Yes. Oh my
It's the
God.
same thing. I want her to take a look at some of these men that have done that and they remarry these women and then they will, and these women, they take the kids from the women. And I just wanted her to pay attention to what what's her name? Just she was just up here talking. Oh my goodness. Uh,
Culture.
Koja, what Koja was just saying, but I wanted her to take a look at some of these cases that and see how it's kind of like a format that some of these men is going by to take these women kids from them, and what you call that when they're not brainwashed, but you know what I mean, like trying to attack the woman's name and all this. I forget the word. Huh?
Trying to defame her name and stuff.
Yes, but it's a word that they say. I forget the name. It don't matter. But yeah, you're right. Try to defame her character and everything like that. But it would be those cases. It probably would benefit her to take a look at those cases and how it all went. Marjorie, the story of what Steve Harvey did to Marjorie. That story is just crazy. That is just crazy. And he did it. That she don't even have no relationship with her son. Nothing. This woman haven't done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. It's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay, y'all get back to business. All right. Thanks for letting me up, Miss O. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Sorry about that, Lex, but we got two stories going on at one time. But Lex, what was you saying in the chat now?
Okay, I can't say too much, but I'm gonna say this. These are the same people That's Ricky at the top, and that's Ricky at the bottom.
Oh, is that right?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, now Gossip Girl said that they were different people. So is it
No man,
true that the current
no
boyfriend
man,
was actually doing
and
the interview?
and yes, that is him, and he does have social media. I follow him. I could
Oh,
send you the recent tweets. So yeah,
oh,
yeah. So that's
oh.
not true.
Got me spreading misinformation. Well, can you confirm or deny if Dejanay done been picked up or not?
Okay, like I told you, I called Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have her. And I spoke to someone in the FBI field office. They don't have her. So unless
Mm-hmm.
she's in witness protection, I don't know who has her.
Mm. Right, because like I said, don't you think that since it's been picked up, because Lex through after Thanksgiving holiday, I have seen Shanquella's case, thank God, mentioned on every major news network, including CNN. So if
Yes,
she
ma'am.
wouldn't have been arrested, it would appear to me that somebody would have said something about it.
Right.
You
And
know.
then on I was watching Sean Davies Way, and somebody dropped down in his chat and told him, Sean, that's not true. She hasn't
Hmm.
been arrested.
Right.
And I was saying that the night when I had that upload and I accidentally deleted it, that a warrant has been issued. No one
Hmm.
has been arrested. But I guess
Right.
a lot of people are doing things or putting things in their title as clickbait. I don't know.
Right. Right.
But
Well,
then,
that's misinformation, though. That can you don't want to put that out there because you know when it came to the Kanika Jenkins case, one problem that the case had that it was so much misinformation and so much arguing and fighting going back and forth to where the police department felt like they didn't have to do nothing at all. And the reason why I want to talk about misinformation, Lex, is simply because of that, because we've seen it happen before. Even when it comes now, I'm glad you up on this because let me ask you this, right? So I'm glad you said that that is the current boyfriend. That those pictures are the same person. Thanks for saying that, and that the boyfriend does have social media, right? But he was wrong when he said that Dejanay had been arrested because, like we just said, to our knowledge, she has not been arrested. Now he did get on
well,
that interview and
if
say
you
that the girl
listen
had been
to
arrested.
all viral access media,
Hmm.
I think he was just speculating because that's what one of the news stations said. He
Yeah,
didn't
she was
have
cool.
he
Right.
didn't have proof because he told
Hmm.
um Mike from All Access Media that you can go check for yourself. It was on the news.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I think that's where he got that from, and that's what he thought at the time. But
Uh-huh.
no one has been arrested. Like I said, I spoke
Mhm.
to all of our Access Media before
Mhm.
even using clips of his
Mhm.
video. And if
Right.
you check, um, well, you don't have social media, but if you check his social media, Nosy Hole Live was trying to get him to do an interview with her as well, and he
Mhm.
retweeted it. So the
Mm.
boyfriend that don't have social media.
Mm. Well, let me ask you this, Lex. Well, what's up with the tea coming out about Gerald? Is he some kid to Dejanay or not?
Mm, I don't know, Miss Olivia.
Oh, oh, that says a lot. But let me tell y'all, what do you think about this piece of misinformation, right? Now, I heard from myself that the real one, I see what you're typing in the chat. I don't know if that demon is over there discussing what I said or not. It really doesn't matter because we done moved it right along. I said what I said, the real one, and I meant what I said, and ain't nobody gonna change it. Okay, now maybe if you think you got enough star power, girl, to dismantle what I said, girl, go for it. I don't care. That's my response. Okay, I said what I said and I meant it, and I could have said more. But anyway, moving right along. So, okay, now I heard the Mexican officials saying that Dejanay was a transgender, right? Now we
Right.
know when that came.
That's why
Let me
I
finish.
think they're labeling
Right,
this as a femicide because they
right.
believe that she's a
But
transgender and
let me
they have to fix it.
right. Let me ask you this though, right? And you're right about that. They are looking into femicide. They are charging her with femicide, and it's possibly going to lead to homicide. Now I read it in one of the
Correct.
news articles. But when it comes to the conversation about her being a transgender, do you think that they are saying that because social media said that, or do you think that possibly they read that on her passport, right? Because when it comes to now,
Well, it
I
could
was
have
having
been
this
that way.
discussion. Let me finish. I was having this discussion on Thanksgiving, and when it comes to your passport, from what I understand, you have to put down your birth gender for security purposes, right? It don't matter if you done went through with the operation or not. If you were born a man, and you have you have surgery, and you are now a considered to be a trans woman, you still have to put down your birth gender. If you was born a male, you got to on your passport. It's going to say you're a male, right? If you were born a woman and you would now identify as a man, but your origin of birth, that's what you have to put on your passport for security reasons. So my question is, do you think they're saying that the Mexican officials are saying that Dejanay is transgender because of what social media is saying, or do you think they read that on Dejanay's passport?
Okay, so
They are charging her with femicide.
it could be either or, but I'm going to lean on the side of them picking that up from social media
Right,
only because from what I've been told, and I don't know if this is accurate, but I was told that Dejanay has a child. I do know Elise
right.
has one, but someone also said that Dejanay had a kid too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not 100% sure.
But if that's the case, if they're going by what social media said, that that's misinformation. The
Right.
Mexican officials are spreading misinformation. But I'm not going to be surprised if they got it out social media. It's just like we got conflicting stories when it comes to even the autopsy, right?
Right.
Then they could have gotten that off of social media, what social media was saying, right? But what if? But if they were being cautious before they let that come out of their mouth, they would have looked at the passport. What does the passport say? And like I said, pertaining to the passport, it would say her origin of birth. If she
Right.
was born man, it would have said male. If she, in fact, born female, it would have said female. So
Right.
I'm just wondering because we don't know where the Mexican officials got that from, but as it pertains to social media, it was quickly debunked and we moved it right along. Now we know that some of those in the LGBT community picked up on it and started going in on black women, and black women is the one that debunked it, and black women didn't even start the rumor.
Correct.
So that's why I wanted to get your thoughts on that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know about that, but time will tell, most
Yeah,
definitely.
time will tell.
Time will
Time
tell.
will tell. Yeah, but like I said, I'm
And
thinking on social media, whatever. Mm,
I'm hoping because with all the backlash last week, it'll be
mhm.
something if she was
Right.
born a male.
Ain't that something?
So,
Come to find out it was a
mhm.
bill all along. Ain't that something? Because of all that
Yeah,
backlash that black women got, and we didn't even start the rumor. Okay, we didn't
right.
Photoshop the photo or nothing. Come to find, they put that on our shoulders, and we didn't even start it. But what if it's actually a transgender? Ain't that something? Wouldn't that
A
be
lot of
something else?
people would
Maddie
be
would
eating
surprise
crow
me.
if that's the
Would be
case.
eating. Well, what would Maddie have to say about that? Child, come to find out it was one of her own instead of one of our own. I was like, child, don't let the passport say Dale, child. Oh, Lord, can
Yeah,
you
I'm
imagine
just
the
waiting to
video that's
see.
going to come out of my mouth?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just waiting to see that. But yeah, and if um it was said that a certain vlogger doesn't want people to listen to other vloggers, but my thing is this: it's not about you, me, that person, or anybody. It's all about getting justice for Shanquella. So the man in the mood could be reporting on her as long as the story's out there and we keep it going and keep it fresh.
Okay, let me read this. Clyde said that I don't know if it's true or not. Um, um, yeah, that's what I was. That's what I'm running with. Lipstick, Allie. I heard what you said, and I'm just because they said that the Asian they had a baby and all of this and all of that. So yeah, you know what I mean. For like I said, maybe the Mexican they're not they don't seem to be very consistent when it comes to this story for a whole lot of reasons. So for now, in my mind, Dejanay is female, but I was just saying what if. So anyway, Clyde Broke said at Olivia the Oracle's per Good Morning America video clip times 2 hours ago, the person hasn't been picked up, right? Because they're out of the country. Really, the person. Oh, do you think that Dejanay? They're saying Dejanay is out of the country.
She
That's why
can't
she
be.
didn't be picked up.
She can't be
Well,
because
right,
mm-mm,
her
because they
thing
froze
was
all of
revoked.
the passports to all of them.
Right. Yeah, they
So
been
she
done
can't
snatched
be.
the passport. Yeah,
She's in Connecticut, from what I was told, but
right.
she
Are they
can't be
trying to
out of
say
the
she crossed
country.
over into Canada?
But she still would need a passport to be in
She
Canada.
still would need a passport, but then she
Right.
would have had to have done that immediately before the passport got revoked. And from what, and
Exactly.
I also heard that they're saying that as it pertains to them stealing money, that as soon as Dejanay got back to Charlotte, she went on a shopping trip. So I don't even know. It's just you know,
Yeah,
where some
it's a whole lot of stuff out there because notice that I only played part one of the alleged cousin. If you hear two and three, you would lose your sugar honey iced tea. And I've had all of them since Wednesday night, but I just opted just to play part one. But part two and three, yeah, it's a mess.
That's true. You're right, Let said she had time to leave the country because the story was not being investigated. That's true too, Ronnie Q. You had checked before they snatched the passport.
Right.
She didn't have time to leave the country before they
That's
snatched
true.
it. Said his English isn't good. Lipstick Alley is telling us what the reporter interviewed was saying. His English isn't good, so he was interviewed in Spanish. And the YouTuber asking the question translated to us, as she speaks Spanish. You talking about Oracle, Chronicle Speaks, Lipstick
Chronicle.
Alley? Yeah, I spoke about her. The news has said she is in Connecticut. But they were here because they thought they got away with. Yeah, anything is possible at this point. But I agree with Ronnie Q. She did have time to leave the country before the passport was pulled. You see what I'm saying? She did. So we just don't know. All we know is that as of by the time I clicked live on this video, she had not been arrested. That's all I know. I couldn't find anything or any credible news source citing that she had in fact been taken into custody. You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying to send you a private message, but I'm on my phone and I don't want to put it out there and then everybody else see it. So I'm gonna just drop a dummy message in the chat
Yeah,
to
type it in the
see.
back chat, and I'll see it. Ain't nobody else up here.
Okay, so this is just us, right?
Just us, only
Okay.
me and you.
All
Let me
right.
see what it's in
And no, that
here.
was a dummy just to see.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, huh? But yeah, honey. But I was like I said, I really want to speak on um Kay Brand said I don't think she was smart enough to leave the country because they didn't really have money. We don't know. I don't
No,
know.
all of them had PPP loans because it's a video that I did, and I only focused on Shanquella and Khalil's PPP loans, but all of them had PPP loans. All of them
Right,
got
and
about
then is it true?
$20,000.
Right, is it true that Shanquella paid for all 6 of them to go on the trip? Do you know if that's true or not?
That's what the streets are saying, but I have not been able to verify that.
Right. I mean, how will we know? You know, let somebody say it. Unless one of the Cabo Six tells us that. How will we know? And would it even be true with that confirmation from some kind of something, some kind of record coming from the family? And so, yeah, yeah, he was there the whole time. He wasn't late. Oh, you talking about Nazir? I absolutely believe Nazir was there the whole time. Let me see, Lex. Hmm. Oh, is that right? Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Hold on, let me see something else. But yeah, absolutely. And I don't. Yeah, absolutely. You're right to do that. Absolutely. 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 So, guys, like I said, there's a lot of information is coming out. Some of it's true, some of it's not true. And at the end of the day, we know for sure that there has in fact been a warrant issued for the direct aggressor's arrest and the direct aggressor. We all know because we seen it on video. We know that the direct aggressor is Dejanay Jackson because she is the one that's identified in the video as the one beating up on Shanquella. Mr. Galley said the title in your, if you're interested, is Spanish interview re-uploaded. Los Cabos reporter exclusive interview. He's the one covering the entire. Yeah, I'm absolutely interested, Lipstick Alley, and thank you so much. I would definitely yeah, try to go figure out where you talk. Would you say that whose channel is that on again, Lipstick Alley? So I can go take a look at it in case anybody else wants to take a look at it. Yeah, what people do for money, right? Todd Chrisley. I can't believe that Chrisley's going to prison now. Can you let they so sweet?
I know, and I feel sorry for Julie because Julie had that bout with breast cancer. I thought that they would at least give her house arrest. They gave Teresa and Jill Judice from Real Housewives of New Jersey, a slap on the wrist. One got a year and one got 2 years. So I thought that they were gonna get that too. But yeah, I like the Chrisleys. I really do.
Me too. I like the Chrisleys. They so sweet. They shouldn't go to jail. Is that you, Lady Tia?
Yes, ma'am. You can hear me?
Yeah, if it's anybody that should get a slap on the wrist, Lord, it's the Chrisleys. They such a cute little family.
I know. I wonder what's gonna happen with Chloe because they have custody of her.
Right. I was worried about that little baby girl. She's so pretty. What's going to happen to her now? They was taking such good. Maybe the daughter will take her. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Hey, ladies.
Because the day that they got sentenced, Grayson, he was in an accident.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, what happened to him?
I think it was like a car accident or something.
Oh Lord. Is he okay?
I didn't even follow up. I'll look into it and then I'll send you a message under your video.
Well, I just love that little family. And let's if you find out something about that, next time I go live, please click the link, honey, so you can click the back chat. Okay.
I will. Yeah,
okay,
because what we're talking about right now, I can't put under a video, but yeah, I will.
Just trying to insert. Let me read this. Somebody says, Annette Hughes says, Miss Oracle, my first time watching you. The truth teller, Danny Robinson, is trying to insert herself into this tragedy, claiming to be an activist. She is not. I don't even know who Danny Robinson is, or the truth teller. I don't even know who that is, but okay. Lady Tia? Oh, I think she fell off. But yeah, Lex, child, we've been on it. We just trying to, separate fact from fiction, child. Fact from fiction. But thank you.
Still up here, Miss O? No, Lex, don't leave. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, Lex. So so you put the PPP loans
basically letting everyone know that all of them had a PPP loan, and Shanquella was the only one advanced off of it, right?
Right.
So all of them are business owners, or Shanquella had been a business owner longer than them, because we still trying to figure out what was the motive of them being. I hear jealousy, but what have you gotten any information of some solid motive of why all of them seem to be so upset with her?
It's jealousy. Later, you gonna have to call me because I'm not.
Okay, I'm
I'm
gonna
not doing
call
that.
you. Well, yeah, because it's easy for us to say jealousy, but when it comes to the courts, they're gonna want something concrete as far as what was the issue, what happened in the 24 hours, as far as that. Lex, did you see that also, that post about? Well, I know there was some dummies out there on some troll pages. Was that a real page when it showed like Nazir was talking to Dejanay, or was those dummy troll pages?
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Well, there was some troll pages out there. Supposedly, Nazir was talking to Dejanay, and supposedly, allegedly, Dejanay in this troll page said something to the effect to Nazir, let's not act like we're going to forget what happened 24 hours ago, as if they're saying Nazir wasn't there, but he knew what was going to happen or knew what was going on.
Well, there also was a dummy. Well, according to Gerald NCB, that there was. Did y'all hear the audio of the woman allegedly went to Donovan saying pretty much that she don't care. So
Okay.
Gerald was saying that was probably a troll page too.
No, that wasn't a troll page, because Winter has a YouTube page, and you can clearly listen to them and that audio and tell that they're one of the same.
Okay, so that was her then. That was her. I'm not even surprised that was her. Actually, like, why would I be surprised? Like,
Okay, I'm gonna put something in the back chat for you and Lady Tia.
That I'm having. I think that you have a lot of people trying to block for these people, the people that we know were actually there. You will have people coming online trying to throw in a bunch of lies and stuff like that, trying to offset the truth, try to throw a wrench in, if you will, and try to place the blame back on Shanquella for whatever reason. But that girl is the one that is dead for sure. For sure she is dead. For sure they were all there. And everything else is speculative until it goes to trial. One of these people will come out and start talking.
Well, you know what, Miss O, I don't care who they get first, because whoever they get first is telling, because no one is going to go down by themselves. So even if it is Dejanay, she's gonna tell. She's not gonna take all of this by herself.
Right. She's not gonna take
all of this. This ain't no gang like prison, no snitch thing. This is something totally different. These are not gang bangers. Right. Whoever is arrested is going to tell their part, because at this point, Dejanay being the one arrested first, or when she do get arrested, because they got her on video, she can't explain that. So she's going to have to take her admission of at least that video, if nothing else. She's going to have to admit to that, because that's on video, but she's not going down by herself at all.
She has to. Why would she? You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting for her to get arrested, because who else could the direct aggressor be except for Dejanay? Because Dejanay, for a fact, they know is the one fighting her on the video. So you know what I mean? It couldn't be anybody else. She's the direct right, first to speak gets the deal. I know that's right, YouTube police.
That's true. That's true, YouTube police. The first one gets the deal. That's true. They will turn state, and they will hide her too. They will hide. The feds will hide you if you plead or if you turn state. And so, I mean, we would just want answers. I was hoping that somebody was gonna be arrested by the weekend. It's Saturday, so I'm still holding on to tomorrow.
And I really kind of think that when it comes to the FBI or whoever, they are still dragging their feet, in my opinion, because when they wanted to find that boy for killing that little girl that was on YouTube, you know what I mean? They found him, you know, at first. When by the time that they went to the family's home, of course, he was in the woods somewhere. But I mean, you know, they found him. You know, it took them a minute, but they found out where he had been. It just he had enough time to get away. And just the other day, when it came to that Colorado nightclub shooting, they went to that man's house and found him, and he was coming outside with his hands up. Now, we have seen many cases online to where they find these people quicker. I just don't want them dragging their feet when it comes to arresting even Dejanay. Because like we said, you know, I believe if Dejanay is arrested, the whole story is going to come out, because she's not going to go down by herself. So I do agree with y'all when it comes to that. You know what I mean? And just let me say this about YouTube, right? When it comes to people reporting this story, right? I do believe that there are, you know, some YouTube content creators, those content creators out over social media. Some of these people are not doing this, you know, searching for justice. It's just content for them, and then, you know, some people might be clout chasing, just like it was some people, believe it or not, clout chasing when it came to Kanika Jenkins, right? And so we should not be surprised that we are getting a lot of misinformation. Do you see what I'm saying? I just don't want it to give the authorities permission not to take the case seriously. That's my issue. And then you even have some people on here that will think they got some kind of ownership over this story, right? So when you see people on here trying to debunk other things that people are reporting, be it true or false, when you see them trying to debunk everybody else's content except their own, you even have to be leery of that. You have to question that person's genuineness, okay?
Right.
Because a lot of people that seem like they are genuine are in fact not genuine at all. You know, so you just have to, you know, and until somebody is in fact arrested, we are not, all we can do is speculate. You know what I mean? All we can do is speculate. You know, that's why I was really trying to find out if the girl had in fact been arrested or not. And like I said, up to the point where I clicked the live button, as far as I know, she had not been arrested. Now I don't know what's done happened since I've been live, but when I hit that live button, I couldn't find anything that said that she had in fact you know, been arrested.
Right. Yeah, Miss Oda, I'm the same way about it as well. It's a lot of credible people on here, but I haven't seen a lot of those credible people putting out stories. That's why I was referencing Chronicle Speech. Her hometown is North Carolina, so I know she can get some information as far as that. And her video that she put out was straight from the report. So that makes it easier when you get something that is on paper, that is concrete instead of hearsay. So that's why I'm looking at it. But yes, it's everywhere, all over the place. That's why I haven't consumed myself in those that I just don't know about. I know clickbait is a headline. A title is always going to get you. So in this Shanquella stuff, just pay attention to the headlines. They're grabbing you to come in because everybody wants justice. So they will put certain keywords in there to get your click, and it don't be nothing about that. And now you done went through their video and never got the answer that you was looking for. So I just say, go to credible people that would not sabotage their channels for a clickbait. And Chronicle Speaks, Lex been doing her thing. Lex, you been on it. And I know you always back up on certain things because you just don't know if it's facts yet. And I appreciate that about you, Lex, that you're not going to speak on something that you don't know about. And I wish more people would do that, and it will help the case. But still, even with the push for it, it still got Mexico to make some moves. So it's a double-edged sword.
Right. And then one thing that you could do, even if you're not a content creator, if you hear something you can go back and do a little research because you can absolutely find it on the internet. Okay, if you didn't hear it from one of the network news sources or something like that, you can even that you can go back and Google and Google and Google until you do enough research on your own to find out the truth. Do you see what I'm saying? You can always do it. You just don't have to go by what somebody else said. You can go, you can hear something, go look it up. I don't care who I hear it from. I'm still gonna go try to find it myself, especially something important like this. Cause I the first day they were saying the girl got arrested. Then I couldn't get no concrete. I couldn't find a news article or a new actual news credit worthy news site saying that she had been arrested. Only the arrest warrant had been issued. So I'm thinking, well, this is misinformation because it's all over everywhere now, and you don't want this case to start looking foolish when it comes to the press, because you want to, because it's the reason why it took up traction in the first place is because of social media, and you don't want social media to turn it into a mockery, so they won't have to take it seriously, because we want justice for Shanquella at the end of the day, and so I just don't like misinformation. I'm not cool with that, And so yeah, but like I said, as of me clicking the link, she wasn't captured. I don't know what's gonna happen since I've been on live, but she wasn't captured when I hit the live button. I know that for sure. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So yeah. And Geechee, you still up here, Lex? Lex, I think Lady Till dropped down. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she muted herself, y'all, but thanks, Lady Tia, for coming up. I appreciate you, and like I said, congratulations once again. I think Lex unmuted y'all or something that happened to her internet, but we just gonna have to wait and see, y'all, evidently. So Cindy says, Miss Olivia, to get a passport, you need your birth certificate, right? You have to send it to Washington, D.C. I mean, you're right about that, Cindy. That's why when it came to the Mexican authorities and saying that Dejanay was transgender, I don't know if they got that, that from her passport or social media, because they haven't been very consistent on their end, in my opinion, because they weren't very consistent with the autopsy report. So, but if in fact they got that from her passport, that would be very interesting, because that would mean that even though that picture of Dejanay was photoshopped, it would be very interesting if that turned out to be true. And I'm like, wow. But as of right now, it was debunked. And far as we know right now, they're saying that Dejanay is a female. She had a baby here recently, and that's what I'm, that's true too, Sandy. That's why I said what I said about Canada, right? And so yeah. Lex's channel is called Get Your Girl TV, QT1. It's called Get Your Girl TV. Let me hold up. I was trying to see something. I forgot what I was gonna try to do. But anyway, y'all, I guess those are all the updates that I have for right now. I think Lex done dropped down. That's true too, Dr. Pat. See, yeah, she can drop down. But and whoever hiding them, like Miss Keisha, we don't know what's gonna happen. But I know one thing for certain is two things for sure. You welcome QT1. I would hate for them to feel like that they don't have to be as aggressive as they have been being when it comes to finding those responsible for what happened to Shanquella. We don't want them to think that they can, be lax, and take all day to bring these people to justice, to extradite them even, because of misinformation and infighting. Because if it had not been for social media, this case would not be out there, such as it is right now. So, I just want everybody to stay focused, Don't worry about the click and the view. Worry about justice. That's my issue. That's why I want to speak about misinformation, because it ain't no need for all of that. And I don't think that no one person on social media should be just trying to like bogart what information comes out, because that makes me side eye the content creator. You may have been the one to break the story on social media to bring it to everybody's attention, but that doesn't give you the right to like take ownership of the commentary. That's not right either. And so that's, if everybody's trying to work, well, bring justice when it comes to this situation, then I don't think, like I said, it's the time for infighting, And so QT1, that is how you spell a couple of people to put it down for you. That is how you spell Lex's channel. It's called Geechee Girl TV. If you will put it in the YouTube search, it'll pop right up. And so thanks, Lipstick Alley, for the information that you shared. Thanks for the information that you shared, Lex. And thanks for everybody that came up. Koja came up. I think Melanated Vessel came up. Of course, Geechee Girl TV came up. I hope I didn't forget. I don't think I've forgotten about. But thank you guys for hitting the link. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Cola Nix, if that was you actually in the chat. I hope we said something today that could give you some sense of peace of mind when it comes to these social media streets. Because like I said, you don't owe anybody anything, And so when it comes to your personal life, you don't owe anybody anything as far as I'm concerned. Also they were talking about this Alicia Hyatt, and the thing about another thing that makes this so cold blooded to me is because you guys know, did you guys know that before I go, on the night of October 28th, Alicia Hyatt's sister Anita was killed in a hotel room, and instead of her staying with her, this is Elise, I think her name is Elise Hyatt, one of the Cabo Six. This is her sister on the photo right here. Her name is Anita. And she died in a hotel room also on October 28th, right? This is Elise's sister. Elise, instead of her staying with her family, she chose to board a plane and go to Cabo with Shanquella and the Cabo Six. Now, I don't understand why or how she could do that, but I just found that very interesting. And I just really want to mention that at the door, because I'm thinking, I was like, wow. And absolutely, Levine, that is what a lot of people are still wanting, justice for Shanquella Robinson. At the end of the day, that I hope everybody can stay focused on that, instead of all the infighting. Because like I said, I do believe that is why the Kenneka Jenkins case got derailed. There was just so much stuff going on at one time, and so yeah, and even to this day there has been no justice for Kenneka Jenkins, because nobody was ever arrested. But at least there is an arrest warrant and extradition papers that have been filed for the direct aggressor, and we know that the direct aggressor in this situation is Dejanay Jackson, and so hopefully she will be. They will track her down and arrest her shortly. Do you see what I'm saying? But as of me hitting the live button, I just want to reiterate. As of me hitting my live button today, I couldn't find anything, or I didn't hear any news report stating that the direct aggressor had in fact been arrested. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going to happen after I end this live, which I'm fixing to do. But as of me hitting the live, to my knowledge, she hadn't been arrested. And believe me, I looked everywhere and I couldn't find anything stating that she had in fact been arrested. Only thing I could find is the same thing that we all know, and that is the an arrest warrant has been issued for the direct aggressor, which is Dejanay Jackson. So yeah, and so I will, Levon. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but I'll look it up. Okay. And so anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys once again enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday. I know I did. And I hope that you guys intend on enjoying the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Watch your back, watch your front, watch your side. Because the only person that you got in the end that is responsible for you is you at the end of the day. Okay. So we gotta stop, being happy for ourselves and thinking everybody else is happy for us sometimes when it comes to certain situations. And just take the time while you're in the midst of celebrating. Take the time and be quiet and just look around. Keep that smile on your face and look around and see who is actually happy for you. Try to get a sense of those that are actually happy for you. You know what I mean? And pay attention to those that put on masks, and I'm going to have to leave it at that, you know. And so thanks, Lex, for joining me up on the panel. I don't know if I said that, but I'm thanking you, and thank you for the info. You know what I mean? Keep me posted, child. Keep me posted, child. But anyway, that's all I got. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm going to get off of here. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye. Peace.